Hello, let's play Team Escape. We're gonna do Most Wanted, first of the Class S on the WUGG server, which I'm soon departing forever. Ominously, no, I don't care. I've explained that twice in the last videos. Go to those two if you care, probably don't. Anyway, poop. I brought with me an idea I was going to share and think about, and I have forgotten. I remember already, so this is an online game. I guess before these servers were a thing, these community servers, when all of this was being redone for community by community, blah, 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 I guess there was a single-player mode, or an offline mode. So it didn't involve being on the internet or having a thing. It, like, you emulated an existing, or not an existing server, but you emulated the false, like, there's a server, but there isn't. I'm explaining this really well already. And, yeah, you just ran a software that said, oh, okay, here's a fake server, and then you launched the game that way. So, I was curious about that, and wanted to see if it was more flexible, less flexible, how easy it was, and I basically wasted 3 hours this morning because I didn't end up really liking the result. It wasn't very customizable. There don't seem to be many resources in terms of customizing things, adding vehicles that you want, or anything like that. You can seem to fairly easily, if you like a server and you want to be able to play something like it offline, take that with you if you're moving out into the backcountry for the rest of your life and have no internet ever. You can kind of half import what's available if those server folks have set up like a car slots.xml file thingy, and most of those, like, if so, it would be on Discord or something like that. But yeah, I played around with that on that new server. I moved over to Spark's server, and I got it running like 75% the same as the server online. It just felt weird though. You know, you could have a profile that pre-launched with all of the cars available on that server with all its add-ons, bar a couple. Yeah, but you couldn't buy things properly in the shop, like they weren't showing up in the dealer, and there was just all these strange limitations. It wasn't really worth it. One of my fine examples of a project where I want to learn all about the limitations of something and see if it's worth it, and in the end it wasn't, but I kind of feel better for trying, because now I don't have that curiosity. I've been wondering about it for a while, and now I actually know I don't like it at all. And it feels weird in a game that is historically, this is an online thing, there's other people, even if you're playing in single player mode, there's other people connected to the server. Aaron, get out of one of my favorite cars ever. I don't like that. Anyway, oh gosh, that I really meant to keep my train of thought from that and move on, but that derailed me completely. Yeah, that's an offline thing. I don't like it. It's almost eerie playing a game where, like, even in free roam, on those like running your own offline server, there's no one there because there isn't. I remember seeing another video done about this. Very obscure, don't remember who posted it, when, what, but it was explaining how literally interacting with certain game file, like games and like test modes and things, or offline versions of online games, especially older ones that we have memories of and we're used to. I don't want to be facing backwards. They can feel really eerie, and it's kind of a sort of video game exclusive psychological concept, unless maybe it is tied to some broader thing that is already defined and well known. But yeah, it was a fascinating idea, seeing world maps and being in them and being able to move around and like half play the thing, but there aren't other people when your memories of said game involve other people being there. I think the example they were using in their video was Steam, like Valve games. I think like Counter-Strike maps or something. I'm sure the same would apply to like TF2, like I used to play, and some other things like that. Interesting concept. Like I say, I tried that I experienced that sort of phenomenon by testing out Need for Speed World in an offline mode, and even though I got it even though I got it working most of the way, really didn't like the result. It just felt funny, and not in like a clown haha laugh funny, like in a sort of funny. So I won't be trying that again. That was a constructive waste of time is my best way of explaining it. And I don't know, maybe if any of you are considering it, I'm not saying no one will like it, but I don't think it's worth the effort, at least personally. Just my experience. Maybe if you have some fantastic story about getting offline to work, or maybe you got it working better than I did, or you have some really specific life situation where, like I say, you ran away to the middle of nowhere and you have no internet and it's the next best thing. Maybe you've just learned to ignore the ominous, looming, psychological weirdness. Yeah. I don't know. I got nothing else. Anyway, we are just about done. We've got one more S-Class after this, and then I think following that, as I've said about 100 million times at this point throughout all my videos, we'll be moving over to Spark Server. Bye-bye!